Brandon, you're up.
Um, so I kind of think I know what I'm gonna do in this situation, but just want to get the feedback from the group.
Mhm.
Um, I have a budget of $10,000 to buy a used truck or van for the next crew. Um, so looking out there and like what's available as far as work trucks and work vans in that like budget range typically have pretty high miles on them. um so my question is like deep down I kind of want to avoid the debt and just pay cash with what I have available. But I'm just curious to see if anybody else would have a different opinion on that. If they think, because another idea I had was maybe taking like 5 grand and paying down my other work truck, and then taking another 5 grand and putting down on a better, more reliable work truck or van. But yeah, just wanted to see what everybody's thoughts were on that. And
What what mileages are you finding at the 10,000 range?
typically like anywhere between like 100,000 to 180,000, just depending on exactly what the manufacturer and
Mhm.
exactly what van it is. But
Yeah. I'd be okay with 100,000, not 180, but I'd be okay with 100,000.
okay,
It's 100,000 isn't what it used to be. 100,000 used to be the max, 30 years ago or whatever, but it's not. It's like just getting broke in now. In
right.
fact, we've been out, April and I were out all afternoon yesterday looking at older cars for Jordan, my
Hmm.
nephew, who's about to get his license. And there were so many cars out there, 280,000 miles, 250,000 miles. It's just amazing, like how they're still going,
Right,
like the
right.
Energizer Bunny, these
Hmm.
days, for those
Changing
who remember
oil.
those commercials. Yeah. But, as far as should you pay one down or should you use that cash, that's just going to come down to, doing some math that we can't answer right here because it's like, well, what does that look like? What does that save you? And then don't like debt, but if there's a little debt on a vehicle, I don't mind because vehicles pay for themselves in dividends if you can put another crew out there, right?
Yeah, right.
Plus, you get them branded, you get them, throw a sticker on them, so now you've got branding, top of mind awareness, um, as well. But let's throw it out there. What are your guys' thoughts and experience?
I spent 20,000 on my ProMaster with 100,000 miles, and it's like transformed my reputation in a good way already. Just because of how good it looks, people are just like, "Oh wow, that stands out. I want to hire them." So it just ups the professionalism, and then so because of that, I'm landing more expensive jobs. And then so if I would have gotten debt on it, I probably could have paid it down really fast. So I don't know. You could throw like a few grand on there and then pay it off in 6 months.
Yeah, right.
Look at
I think
Penske
I
or U-Haul, like the used fleet trucks. I like those because they're serviced regularly. Um,
yeah.
and usually you get them with decent miles. They usually sell them at around 150. I don't really like stuff at 180 because then it's that breaking point where stuff's going to happen. But like Steve said, 200,000 miles is nothing, but it's a big investment and you want the things to run right. But
Yeah.
um,
My
I
buy
was
the
oldest
going.
two, oh, you
Buy,
guys.
buy the best value for your dollar because it'll last a long time if you buy the right truck. I got transits that I love, and I like cargos and box trucks to you can get so much more in them.
Right.
So
I sold my old E250 to a sub here in town, and it's still going at 350,000 miles. So, I mean,
Oh,
it can go pretty far.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I have like PTSD because I paid cash for a work van a couple years ago, and like it broke down within like a few weeks.
Mm,
I mean, I didn't pay a lot for it. It was like $3,000,
yeah.
um, but still it hurt. I was like, "Ugh."
Yep. You probably know this, but just in case, grab one of those uh computer. It's like probably $100, $80, $100 on Amazon. It's the engine. where you can read the engine codes, and there's an app on your phone.
I bought
So
one of
whatever,
those recently.
yeah, whatever you're seriously considering buying, take it with you, test drive the vehicle, get on the freeway and floor it. So
Okay.
that it'll flush out, so that yeah, if there are any issues, it'll throw the engine light. Then when you pull over, you can run plug that I forget what they're called, scanners, engine motor scanners, and it'll tell you what the codes are and if it's a serious problem or not, because it'll throw an engine light if it's a bad coil, which is bad, or if it's just a catalytic converter. Big difference between the two. Or sometimes it's a gas cap, right? That's not tight,
Okay.
not tight. We'll throw an engine light. And so, but get out there, floor it, and without red line in it, let it off, before you hit the red line. Otherwise,
Mhm.
you bought it, and make sure it's a sound vehicle.
Yeah.